Hi everybody, it's Amos. So this video can probably be a little bit long, and it's going to be about a day in the life of me. And I'm going to take you what my business looked like when I first started with my other company and what it looks like now and what I would do for my business, okay? So 2 years ago, I got into social selling. I had never been in direct marketing ever in my life, but I come from a sales background. I worked for a company called Pitney Bowes. I used to sell postage ink. That's pretty much as boring as it possibly gets, which is the red ink that's on envelopes on your mail. I used to sell postage ink from a desk and like the phone thing on your head, right? The headset. And I used to have daily quotas that we would have to meet, weekly quotas, hourly quotas, monthly quotas, all that. And I successfully would do them all. And, as incentives, they would try to incentivize the entire, the entire floor that was doing that. And I always found myself working really hard for those incentives. And one of my favorite incentives was getting out early on Friday. So if you hit these quotas every day, you would earn 15 minutes off the clock on Friday. And you could accumulate them and you would get paid for them. So I would bust my butt Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in order to leave, like an hour and a half early and get paid for it. And I loved that. It was my favorite thing. And at the pinnacle of that career, I ended up selling $3.4 million worth of postage ink, and I spoke to 30,000 customers on the phone. The entire time maintaining, really great, repeat customers that would call up and, ask for me, was friendly. They weren't being rushed or anything like that. And I was so ahead. There was a contest for the top salesperson in like a 9-month period or something like that they would win a trip to Hawaii. So of course I won that. And I was actually so far ahead of the people below me that I was able to actually get married and take a 12-day honeymoon with my husband. So I got married and I was gone for 12 days and I still came in the top. So I'm somebody who is very, very driven. I'm very, very driven. When I set my mind to something, I want to do it. And I love to hustle. And I believe that keeping my mind always on the hustle is what gives me a competitive edge. And what I mean by that is my business is the fifth person at our table. When I make up, I think of work. When I'm sitting at the kitchen table, even with my family during dinner, I'm talking work. When I'm in the car, I'm working. I was willing, with my first direct marketing sales business with the other company, I was willing to ignore my kids for, a couple hours every week and have Joe kind of take care of them. And that sounds really harsh, but I really wanted to make a go of it. And I knew I could. And I needed to have like all eyes on them. So did that mean like sometimes I needed to work a little bit longer than I should? Yep. Did it mean that my kids would be like, hey, mama, can I play with you? And I'd be like, yep, in an hour. And I would work first. And I know that probably sounds really, really selfish, but I wanted to hit the ground running and I wanted to work really, really hard. And I knew that once that ball was really rolling, that I didn't need to actually be rolling it myself, that I would actually have more time. And that is in fact what happened. So early on, yes, I ignored my kids. Yes, Netflix was our babysitter. Yes, my husband had to step in. He had to clean the house. He had to do laundry. He had to play with them. He would have to bring them to events because I missed birthday parties. I missed going out with my girlfriends. I missed family events because I wanted to work hard and get this started. And I would never take time off. So if I was on vacation with them, if I was camping with them, I would, when they were eating breakfast, I would check into work. When they were swimming in the pool, I would check into work. After I put them to bed, I would check into work. Because I believe that in order to be successful, your personal business, your empire needs to be another entity, and you need to keep them on your full frontal brain at all times. And that's just my work ethic. Okay. I'm also somebody who is driven by the success of somebody else. So if I know that there's somebody else in the game and she's doing it better than me, I don't hate her. I want to be her. I want to be her and I want to beat her. So I love personal competition. It actually fuels me, which is how I became really good friends with my friend Jenny Betts. Is she was always doing better than me, and I started asking her questions, and she was giving me little pointers, and I was like, I would be like, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. And we would joke like that. And that fueled her too, because she was like, no, you're not. I'm going to have better sales than you. And I love having that accountability partner. So I encourage you to find someone on the team that you can work with, that you guys check in and you brainstorm together and you have ideas together. And it's not like she stole my idea. No, it's like, I'm going to try this. I want you to try it too. Let's see what works. Let's talk about it. So in my first business, I would get up in the morning, get my kids off to, get my son off to school. I would take care of Amelia, and I would have a gazillion Facebook messages because I always run my business off of Facebook. I really think that makes a huge difference. If you've seen any of my other Facebook videos, if you have tuned into Facebook Blueprint, Facebook loves it when you use their products. So I like to use Messenger. So early on, every single customer that came into my group, and I did this for the first year. So that was basically like the first 4,000 women that came into my group. I would be like, hi, welcome to my group. I'm so happy that you're here. If you need me, I am only a message away. That is what I would say to them in a voice text on Messenger. So I'm going to pull up Messenger so you can make sure. So right now, if I wanted to talk to my mother-in-law, which is giving me a funny pumpkin video about pumpkins, right down here somewhere is a microphone. You hit that, it will hold a 59-second, she's the only person up, the 59-second clip, okay? So I would, when someone was requesting to join my group, I would send her a friend request first. Then I would send her a message, and usually Facebook makes you wave to them and it gives her an alert. She can either accept my friendship or not. Chances are they typically do accept your friendship. And then she would reply back, no, I'm all set, or hey, I'm new, how do I shop? And that would open the door for her to have instant access to me. That was number one, the most amazing thing that I did to my business. It set me apart from every other person selling the same brand as me, selling on Facebook like I was. I was different because I was reaching out to these women, telling them with my voice how amazing they were for being in my group and finding me. Also, that set me up that they could reach out to me 2 a.m, 3 a.m, whenever they instantly got a pop in their head to ask me a fashion question, they would. So my business was like every few minutes, like I had the phone and I was like texting someone and leaving them voice clips and and it was like insane, but I had to do it. And I sold so much clothes privately, which is what I started calling styling sessions, because somebody would be like, I saw something that you showed last night. I like it, but I don't think it's the right size. Do you have anything similar? And I would make outfits. And what I would do is I would lay outfits on the kitchen table, taking a picture and be like, what about this? And she'd be like, oh yes, perfect. So I did so much hustling on the back end. It was sick. For the first year of my business. My first month, I had a goal of selling $500 retail. I sold $400. The month after that, I still had my $500 goal because I hadn't made it. I sold $600. The month after that, I did $800 in retail sales, okay? And then I just reinvested because that business model, I had to have inventory. So that's what I did. In October of my business, I started my YouTube channel because I kept getting so many questions about the clothes, and I was just getting repetitive answering all the time. So I started doing styling videos. And once October came, October, November, December, January, every month increased and increased and increased. And then January of my business, I did $8,000 in sales. And then February, I did $14,000 in sales, which considered me to be a cruise qualifier with that other company. And I went up. I will tell you that my business never dipped. Not 1 month did it dip. And that's a lie. It dipped 1 month because I had to move and I took 2 weeks off to move. But if I was on schedule, I would have stayed exactly where I was. So my business, when everybody's was like, it's January, my business is floundering, mine was not. And I think it's because I had that, I was still welcoming my customers. I was still reaching out to them and I was educating them. I am someone who believes an educated customer is a powerful customer. And the more you educate her, the more she will shop. Okay. So the first thing about the day of my life is I have a mindset that says I'm going to get this done and I'm going to sell. I am a seller. That's what I do. That's what I do best. I sell. And I'm an ideas person. I have lots of ideas. So the second thing about my mindset is all day long, I would wake up, all day long in my head, I would sing this. It was like an earworm. Before I go on my lives, I would sing, and it's so cliche, but it's so true. It is my daily motivation. And I am embarrassed to say it. It is Mariah Carey. I don't even like her, but I like this song. Was back when she hadn't sold out and she was still good Christian Mariah Carey, right? And she's like cute, and she's like, oh, with her curly hair and her little black tank top and jeans, right? And she would sing, if you believe in yourself enough and know what you want, you can make it happen. That is my daily quote. I sit there and I'm like, I believe in myself enough to know what I want. I'm going to make it happen. Make it happen. Like, seriously, that is what I sing to myself, usually 3 or 4 times a day, every day for the last two years. That is what I've sing to myself. So I also love doing daily quotes. So every day I would search, usually the end of the month, I would go on, I would plan my agenda for daily quotes. I would find 30 daily quotes. I would crop them up, and then I put them in a Facebook scheduler. Back then I used to use a different scheduling company that they don't honor anymore. So now I'd use Facebook scheduler, and I would put daily quotes to motivate my women. And that would just get them started and fired up. And we would talk about it. And a lot of the doors opened up for them. I cannot tell you how much I reach out to customers every single day, all day long. Like, my husband would be upset. Like, I have to have this one person. I have to do this one person. And around the clock. And then I would go live every night at 9 p.m. East Coast time for like an hour and a half and sell the clothes. And then again, work on things around the clock with them. It was not uncommon for me to get up at 6:30 in the morning, get the kid, my kid and my daughter, like off, get them all set, and then go to bed at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I would sleep with them. I put them to bed around 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I would sleep till about 8:30. That's what I called my disco nap. And that's what I did till 3 o'clock in the morning every night, like clockwork. I probably still do that. The other thing I do is I do a lot of outfits. I used to make a lot of outfits. So the clothes would come in, I would hang it all. I would pull aside like what I thought was great for outfits later on in the week. Then usually on Mondays or Tuesdays, I would be making and photographing anywhere from 50 to 70 outfits. And that's cropping them, adjusting them, making the lighting good, adding the graphic or the wording that I needed. I constantly work on social media. Instagram is not really my jam, but I constantly am trying to put stuff out on Instagram. I think Piffany is set up perfectly to be a picture sales. I think that you working on Instagram and Pinterest would be pivotal to your business because our product is very much a photograph product. I did a lot of Periscope, which is a live broadcasting system, and then of course Facebook. But I still try to work on social media. So what I try to do is I try to feature my customers on my Instagram. I'm always checking out my Facebook business page. I'm cleaning it up. I'm always making sure that if anybody likes my post, I go back and I invite her to like my business page. I'm always spending time on Facebook. I try to be a human first. So I'm always making like human connections and talking about, food and, my life with my kids and crafts that I like. And it's easier to be a human being on Facebook when it comes to the seasons, like the holiday season, because you can start talking about Christmas crafts and, Christmas and Thanksgiving, and people like to talk about that stuff. So I'm always trying to comment. So I will go on Facebook several times a day, and I go through my news feed and I make sure that's all my customers that it's showing. You will know if your news feed is correct when you go onto your news feed. If it is all like it used to be, all the previous company, like everything I would see would be like the other company. And I was like, okay, something's wrong. I don't see my friends anymore, which are my customers. So I started to really start talking to my customers and commenting on their pictures and their life and wishing them happy birthday and all those kind of things. And now my news feed is spiritual stuff, food stuff, crafting stuff, and people, which means I'm doing it good because I'm a human being. Because what would be on your news feed before you did your business? People, like your friends and family, and your interest, whether it's cooking, crafting, dogs, whatever your interests are, you would have those kind of things. So mine is the same thing. And the more that you have that being like a human being, the more you're successful your business is going to be, because it means you're doing Facebook right. I also would always work on my group. So I was always trying to make sure that I would comment back. I don't have time to do that now, but this is early on in my business. Anytime someone had a question, I answered her. Anytime somebody posted a picture, you looked fabulous today. I would always like talk. And I'm always someone who asks questions in my group. How would you like to shop? I used to not go live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I used to do a whole weekend thing, but that wasn't working for my life, and it actually wasn't working for my customers. I used to go live at 8 o'clock. That wasn't working for me. I had to bump it to 9. I used to let them pick what they wanted to see, but now I was like, nope, that makes me be the monkey, and I don't like that. So I'm going to be the boss of my business. I'm going to pick what I want to show them. So I would always get questions. Like I would always go live every probably like once a month. I'd be like, okay, ladies, I need to check in with you. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? What's working? What's not? And they became like the partners of my business. They would actually direct me. And of course, the more people that came on live, the more I'd listen to their voices versus the ones who wanted to shop via photos and albums, because I personally don't like doing that. So I'd always be cognizant to go live like once a month. Sometimes I would offer up something. So I love giving away clothes for a reason. I'm not going to give you away clothes just because. If I need my group to have more commenters, I'm giving away something for my commenters. If I want my ladies to start proving that I know #TrustAmos, that I know how to put clothes together, I want them to showcase pictures for me, then I'm going to give away something for pictures. And those pictures better be nice because I'm going to highlight you. And I'm going to put you on my Instagram feed because that's one less picture I have to take for my Instagram feed. And I can also use that picture on Pinterest. Plus, it's peer-to-peer pressure sales. So when someone says, hey, I love my outfit from Amos, #TrustAmos, that other woman is more likely to buy from me because she sees her friend trusting me. I invented #TrustAmos because that's like the truth. I want them to #TrustAmos. This is my job. I've done it for over 2 years. I have been very successful. I have a YouTube channel that proves I'm successful with over 320 or 420,000 hits already on it. I am not a big dog by any means, but I have people that want to check out and trust me. And that is how I did my business, is built on trust and being very, very transparent and extremely fair. I also do a lot of work on my YouTube channel. I'm always like probably once a week, I'm in my YouTube channel. I am changing tags around. I'm making sure that my videos are monetized. I'm trying to answer questions. I'm trying to search other videos that are in my niche market, like whatever tags they are. I'm always like checking out like style watches, Pantone color seasons, what's the fashion trends going on. I want to know like plus size fashion. What are those tag words they're using? It is so important to not just stay in the bubble of Epiphany. You need to get out. You need to see what's going on there because you don't know the next buzzword that could help bring more customers to your business. Now, that may not be for everybody, this lifestyle of being consumed with your work. I am consumed with work. I absolutely love it, but I'm going to put it out there. My agenda is I want to retire in 4 years. At 45, I want to be retired. I do not want to work. I want to make a residual paycheck, and I want to travel the world and do the things that I want to do while making money very, very minimally. I do not want to work. My goal with the other company was I wanted to make $1 million in 5 years, so I'm still sticking to that, but now I'm going to give myself 4. That's my goal. It is very, very far away. I am extremely far away from that goal, but I keep it as my mindset. I'm going to keep going as close as I can. If I don't hit it in 4 years, will I keep working? Probably, but I don't want to sell clothes for the rest of my life. That's not what I want to do. But for the meantime, it's paying the bills. It's working. My husband's home. We're still surviving, so we're going to keep on doing it. When I first started, I always knew that's what I wanted to do. My first goal was I wanted to get us out of our apartment. It took me a year to do that and get this house in Maine. I still want to own my house. So now, that's my next goal is let's buy a house in Maine instead of renting the house in Maine. So you need to have your goals and you need to keep them like front and center. So what I did is I made a vision board of the things that I wanted. And I put it where I would look at it every single day. And want to know where I put it? On the ceiling above my bed. So when I laid at night, I closed my eyes seeing that image. When I woke up, it was the first image I sang. And I would wake up and I'd go, if you believe in yourself enough and you know what you want, you're going to make it happen. And I would sing it. Mariah Carey sings it in my head every single day. And then I'd go to the bathroom and I'd brush my teeth and the same thing. I'd sing it twice and then I'd get ready to rock and roll. So That type of dedication and motivation is what you need for your business. It does not matter if you want to bring in an extra $500, $1,000, $2,000, or $20,000 a year. You need to have that kind of dedication to it. And if you cannot do it around the clock, then you need to have set business hours for yourself, not for your community, but for yourself, that you are devoting one day to social media, one day to Instagram, one day to style watches, one day to customers. You need to do this. It is pivotal to your success. You will not succeed unless you have a mindset that allows you and believes that you are going to succeed. And of course, you need to walk that path. You can't say, I want to make $20,000 a year, and then you're watching TV. I have missed every TV show. I have missed going out to eat with my friends. I've missed parties. I've missed movie theaters. I don't leave the house because my goals are very, very big. But when I started out, my goals were big, but I knew it took small steps. So my first month, I wanted to do $500 in sales. That is completely attainable. I have figured out a way versus the Style Ambassador to help you bring home anywhere from $500 to $1,000 profit in your pocket. So that could be anywhere from $6,000 to $12,000 a year. That is life-changing money. That is a part-time job that you literally took 2 nights to do that. It is totally attainable, but your mindset is what you need to go after. Your mindset needs to be correct, and you need to walk the path that your mind has put out there. I believe in the law of attraction. I believe in The Secret, and you can watch the Netflix, thing about it. You can read about it. But when you put your mind focus on what you want, the universe will start giving you clues, giving you something that you're like, haha, yes. So, I needed more customers. How'd I get them? YouTube. But I had to first do the work. I did 5 pop-ups where I lugged the clothes, 600 to 700 pieces of clothes, would set up for an hour, would sell to them for 4 hours because I wanted to make sure they were all educated, and then add them all to my group, and then break down for an hour and a half. I would take 1 pop-up a day because of how much I did that pop-up. I did vendor events. I did 1 vendor event. It led me to 2 more vendor events, which gave me my community base early on. I did 1 fundraiser. That fundraiser is what led me to my vendor events. So I found a need. I made a fundraiser. Because I did so good at that fundraiser, other people invited me to their vendor events. And when I did good on that vendor event, I got another one. And that's how it happened, because I put myself out there that I was going to do this and I was going to be successful. And the universe provided what I needed for my next course. And the more and more that it provided those things, stuff would happen. I'd be like, that's the universe telling me I'm doing the right thing. That's the universe saying, yes, Amy, you're doing the right thing. You're on the right path. That's how it works. You don't need to worry about the middle. You need to have the clear dedication in the beginning, middle, and end. You need to have a clear mindset. That vision is out there. You're speaking it out. You're writing it out to make it tangible to the world. And then you need to have, what does your end game look like? Vision it and manifest it. You manifest it by, finding images that appeal to you, dollar signs, new house, a cruise ship because you want a vacation, and you need to plaster that all over your house so that you are constantly being reminded of it and keeping it on your brain. The more you keep your business on your brain, the more successful you will be. This is not hard to be successful, but it's hard to keep motivated. So you need to be daily motivated. If you can't figure out how to be daily motivated, then you need to find, like I said, an accountability partner to help that. And also speaking with conviction. Sometimes when I'm talking to people, they think I'm yelling at them. Like right now, I feel like I'm yelling. I'm not. I'm fired up. This is me fired up. This is me like, yes. When I sit there and I'm like, you know what? I think I want to make $5,000 in sales. Nope, you already ruined it. I am going to make $5,000 in sales. I will do $5,000 in sales. Those little words make a huge difference in your mindset. When you say, I think, I could, I try, it's a big difference being like, I am, I will do it. You know what I'm saying? A huge difference. So make sure also that the things that you are surrounding your life motivate you. So podcast, absolutely listen to podcasts, whether it's fashion, self-motivation, success training, you need to listen to podcasts. Reading books. Now, no, don't read that novel. Go ahead and get some books about business and being boss, okay? You need to read, if you're struggling with customer connection, you need to figure out, how do I get that customer connection? What is the Rubik's Cube, twist that I have to do that allows me to get into more customers? I don't care if you already have had a successful business that you are leaving from and you have a customer base. You do not have Epiphany customer base. You need to work at that business. You need to work at that customer base. Doesn't matter if you have a group of 8,000 women like I do. I have to hustle too. I need to go out into my community and get a new customer. You always need to have a revolving door of new customers, because a woman will come in and she will spend a few $100s up to a few $1,000s, and then she will leave. If you don't have a new person coming in when she leaves, your business will falter. You have to go back to getting in your community, doing vendor events, fundraisers. It's all about connecting with women. It is so freaking pivotal. So that is like the day in the life of me. That is my mindset. I told you a little bit about how I work this every single day. And it is consistency, okay? Consistent. I consistently work at my business every single day. Do I automatically always go live, at 10 o'clock in the morning with Coffee with Amos? No, I do that once in a while. But do I always go live Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m.? You bet your freaking butt I do. I have done that since for 2 years, consistently. And my customers know to come back and find me. They know that Thirsty Thursday is the funnest night of the week where we can drink. That is my most popular night. They tend to do that. I cannot tell you how setting the bar for yourself is so important. And the beauty of starting from fresh is you can try something, and I recommend that you try something for 30 days. If it does not work for your life in 30 days, then you can change it. But you at least tried it for 30 days. And that doesn't mean you go live once. That means you go live 30 days in a row. Not always to sell, sometimes just to talk. 30 days you go live. I guarantee you, if you were to start today, September 10th, and you go live till October 10th, and you jot down your starting viewership, your ending viewership. If you look at your Facebook algorithms, your insights, you can see your group going up. You can see how many views. Test yourself. 30 days of contacting people in my social circles. 30 days of handing out business cards. Like literally buy a box of business cards that you made on Vistaprint, suck it up, write it off, and leave them on top of the bread. Leave them on top of a windshield. Leave them in a bathroom. Leave them in a grocery cart. I mean, write a beautiful thing on the back of it, like, you're beautiful today. Just want to let you know. And leave that card all over the place, like you're littering the earth. Just litter the earth with your business cards. Somebody will reach out and touch you. I guarantee you. So I'm going to leave this with, I challenge all of you that are watching this video, start your 30 days. Comment below with the day one of your 30 days. And I'd love to hear what 30 days of focused commitment on one part of your business looks at the end of 30 days. I guarantee you it's going to look a lot better than where you started now.